Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy from Fitness Marketing Made Simple, and in this short message, I want to tell you why it's crucial that you start investigating adding what most people would call life coaching skills to your personal trainer fitness business skill set. And here's why. I've been trawling for some studies on life coaching and information about kind of the impact that life coaching currently has on the marketplace. And I found a couple of interesting documents here. One of them was a study from Stanford University on coaching and coaching's impact on chief executives and executives within a lot of the big companies. And here's what it said. It said that there was a huge gap between the number of execs who want coaching and the number who are actually getting it. Right? Huge gap. And in fact, when surveyed, 100% of executives actually wanted coaching. 100%. They said they felt they needed it. They felt that it would make a big impact, and that their work was being affected negatively because they weren't being coached. Right? 100% wanted it. How many do you think were actually getting it? Well, I'll tell you, only 34%, which means a huge number of people out there aren't being served. Right, they can't find the people to serve them. Unlike personal training, unlike raw personal training, when all you do is provide a fitness service, coaching is one of those areas where a lot of people want it and not a lot of people are available to deliver it, which puts you into an absolutely amazing career pathway, right? It doesn't mean that you have to give up your personal training, but what I'm saying here is that if you can understand the skill set of a coach, particularly if you can move up into kind of more business and executive coaching, you can make a lot more impact and make a lot more money. So you're scratching your head and going, what the hell has business and executive coaching got to do with what I do? I'm a fitness professional. Look, here's one of the other things that the survey showed up, that there was very little difference, in somebody who was just calling themselves a life coach and somebody who was calling themselves an executive coach. Okay, but listen to this. Here's an amazing difference. The people that were calling themselves life coaches, on average in the US, were making $160 an hour, which is still way above what the average personal trainer is earning. Right, way above what the average trainer is earning. People that labeled themselves business coaches were making $235 an hour on average, and get this, people who labeled themselves executive coaches were earning $325 an hour on average, with many of them earning a lot more than that. Okay, so you might be asking, like, okay, what's the difference between each of them? The survey showed that there really wasn't much of a difference other than who they were marketing to, which correlates with a lot of my own experience. Okay, so I have a tendency to, my personal services are offered to higher level executives. So in my career, I've coached royalty, I've coached actors and actresses, athletes, polar explorers, kind of musicians, you name it. They generally, CEOs, they generally tend to be quite high level. Okay, and I haven't done a specific course in coaching executives, but I'm a very good coach. And I'll just tell you a little story. I was on a plane on a business flight coming home from Seattle earlier this year, and I was sat with a gentleman, and we got into a conversation. And he asked me, what I'd been in Seattle for, and I told him I was there teaching coaches about the mind map process, and he asked me what that was, and I explained it to him. Light bulbs went off over his head, and it kind of immediately he was like, okay, how can I get me some of that? How can I work with you? What can you do for myself and what for my company? And I explained to him the value of working with a coach. It turned out that he turned out to be the chief operations officer of Boeing. Right, the airline company, right, and we were just sitting there talking, and he was over the moon to have found someone with a skill set that he really believes could help him. Okay, well, he's not the only one. There are lots and lots of different people out there that are looking for your services. Like I said, only 34% of people that want coaching are actually getting it at the executive level. Okay, but it'll actually be a lot less down at the lower levels. But here's the thing: between $160 and $325 an hour for doing what most personal trainers are naturally doing, but they're doing it without any direction, without any guidance. Imagine if you actually knew the right questions to ask that could actually facilitate change in a person at the very high level. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. Are you really facilitating change? And this is one of the reasons why I believe, we have to get our mind away from being rep counters and just lifting weights up and down. No matter what anyone says, if someone says, well, that's all your certification is, you can add other certifications. Okay, do you want to be a facilitator of change, or do you want to be a facilitator of lift that weight up, put it down? Okay, and I'm not taking the piss out of the fitness industry. I absolutely love it, and I have loved it for a very, very long time. But there's a lot of things that aren't making sense. And one of those things is that we're not really helping people in the way that we're being paid to help them. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of throw this out there, that there are lots and lots of reasons for you to kind of start working in areas of positive psychology, of life coaching, of kind of working with higher level executives. Don't forget, now you might be wondering how this ties back to your health and fitness certification. Well, it ties back directly. Most of the chief execs and a lot of the people that you would be coaching aren't really looking after themselves as well as they could, because they're highly stressed. They're giving all of their time and their effort to their businesses, to the companies that they work for, and not looking after themselves. That is definitely within the remit of a personal trainer, no? So just think about that, right? Just think about how you can bring the coaching in. Here's some of the things that CEOs and executives are actually wanting from their coaching. They want to learn how to handle conflict better. That's definitely something that a good life coach can teach. They want to learn how to mentor and develop talent within their business. Well, that's just about, another way of saying that is about good communication. They want to learn to share leadership and delegate, and again, that's about empowerment, and that's about self-confidence, okay? Because you won't share leadership, you won't delegate if you yourself are not confident. And they want to improve their team building, which again is communication. This is all the remit of a coach. There's nothing fancy here, right? There's nothing fancy in it, but this could dramatically change your business. Imagine if you had a fitness business that was also offering and operating a life coaching, executive coaching service. Imagine the impact that would have. Okay, it's time to start thinking outside of the box, guys, and time to start moving away from just counting from 1 to 10, and instead start looking at how you can get in front of the people that have the impact or the potential impact to change things on a massive scale. The way I've always looked at this is, if I can get to the heads of companies, I can influence the entire company. If I can change the way a CEO thinks, I can change the way his entire workforce might be thinking and acting and performing while they're at work. Okay, there's a lot, and this can then extend out into workplace fitness programs and health programs and everything else. Look from the top down as opposed to from the bottom up. Okay, I think for too long as a fitness profession we've been standing at the bottom of the ladder looking up. How about we start from the top down? So anyway, this has just been a little mad rambling around why you should incorporate coaching into your services. I think you are nuts if you don't, but that's me being judgmental, but in a kind way. This has been me, Dax Moy from Fitness Marketing Made Simple. I'd love to hear what you think about this, whether you think it's bullshit and it's not an area you want to get into, or whether you think, yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for my career. Let me know what you're thinking. You take care.